Square Enix is once again in the hot seat, ladies and gentlemen. This time, they are going the way of woke. There's a report going on that they are now removing male and female character options from the upcoming Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. I was taking a look at this article from the Park Place that is covering all this stuff. And apparently, I guess because they've been working with consulting firms like Sweet Baby Inc., which was brought up in a shareholder call not too long ago. If you guys remember, this is something that's been translated right here. But they had a shareholder call, and somebody actually voiced their concerns, saying, "I'm concerned about the Canadian consulting company Sweet Baby Inc. Square Enix is listed as a client, but is there actually a transaction there? What kind of transaction is it? Will they continue to do so in the future?" To which they were responded by them saying they would like to refrain from making specific comments about individual clients as they shift from quantity to quality. Providing content that is enjoyable and safe for our customers is also part of what makes a product fun. We'll do our best as creators. Now, there's that key word, safe. Now, Sweet Baby Inc., if you guys don't know by now, they're a consulting firm that comes in and basically makes games politically correct, or as we like to call it, woke. They like to add in gay, LGBTQ stuff, black characters, POCs. They like to make stuff basically just progressive for modern audiences, which, again, where's this modern audience at? So now the newest, I guess, report is that Square Enix is going to have Dragon Quest III to HD 2D remaster or remake a victim of this. This is the newest, I guess, step in this woke agenda to ruin games. Oh, Eric, it's not ruining games. It's just making a body type A and type B. Look, the reason why companies do this when it comes to character creation is because there's a small percentage of people, a very small minority of people that get offended when you say male or female when it comes to genders. They think there's a gajillion different genders out there. And if you just leave the biological terms of male, female, they get offended. So that's why now we're just eliminating it. You're either body type A or body type B. When you go to the doctor's office and they look at you and they do an exam, do they mark you down as body type A or B on your paperwork? Anybody? Please let me know. Well, in the game, now they're doing that. And this also comes from reports of off of a Japanese blog by the name of Ryo Kuyata. And this is actually translated off of Google Translate, so a lot of these sentences won't make sense. So you can see right here, it says in the hero introduction article, they're introduced as follows. Looks A is male hero with a battle voice by Hiyama Nobuyuki. And B is definitely female hero, voiced by Minaguchi Yuko. I can't really pronounce Japanese names, but so the only thing is that they haven't specified with the biological terms. It's to appease woke people, guys. Don't get it twisted, and don't try to say, oh, people like 8-Bit Eric and Hypnotic and Smash and Grums and Melly Mac, they're making a big deal of nothing. That this isn't going to ruin the game. Yeah, nobody's saying the game's going to suck out of this, all right? I never once said, oh, let's cancel this game. This game's going to suck because they have no male and female gender roles on here. It's just cringe that you would cater to that small of a percentage of a modern audience to where you won't even have male, female specified in a remake. It's like a trend of the times, like it just says right here. I guess it's the trend of the times. It seems that other jobs will also no longer be distinguished by gender and name. I wonder what will happen in this day and age when you have to choose between male and female at the beginning. At the start, it will be something like, do you like A or B? Or have they ever divided the heroes of DQ3 that way? I'm sorry, I'm a little stuttery today. So, yeah, it's pretty much cringe. And again, it's because they're catering to people like Sweet Baby Inc. that come in, they want to make your games politically correct. And if you don't, they'll do what they did to Black Myth Wukong. They'll allegedly extort you for money. You tell them no, then they'll get all their woke gaming journalist buddies to write hit pieces on you that you're sexist, that your game is not politically correct. They'll call you everything in the book but a son of God, right? So I was looking at this Twitter thread by Niche Gamer, and this game's just getting completely buried. completely buried. They wrote a pretty good article as well, which we could take a look at here in a minute. But I wanted to share the Twitter responses for you guys because it's a thread that is great. So you can see right off the bat, friend of the channel, Johnny Millennium, puts this face. I guess pretty neutral. To me, he's one of the biggest Dragon Quest fans. I don't see him thinking this is a problem at all. He's also Canadian. No offense, Canadian people tend to be a little bit more progressive when it comes to things like this. But I could tell you he probably doesn't care. And the vast majority of people really don't care either. But the point is, small things like this, you give them an inch, they take a mile. Eventually, we're going to start to see more stuff like this injected into our games. Whether you like it or not, having body type A or body type B is fucking woke. It's woke. It's absolutely woke because you're doing that to remove gender roles. You want it to be a little bit more androgynous. You want it to be a little bit more gender neutral. That way, people that don't identify as one or the other don't get offended. That's what it ultimately comes down to. And it's surprising that a company like Square is allowing it to happen. But then again, they made changes to stuff like in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth where Tifa was not as busty and she wore different clothes. And you've seen them censor different games. And it's just Square's starting to go down a path that a lot of people don't like. Now, continuing on, you could see people are saying this is 100% the work of Square Enix's Western offices. And that's true. It's like all these Western offices are just, they're obsessed with trying to make things woke, to fit agendas, to not appeal to the male gaze. And it's so fucking stupid that this is what video games have come down to. But that's exactly what it is. You see, so not satisfied with destroying Western-developed games with their sick Marxist demoralization propaganda, we now see they're doing so to Eastern-developed games as well as via localization. So localization is what's causing a lot of it, guys. They're injecting all their political activism in it. This is why I emulated Fire Emblem Fates and used the fan translation of the Japanese version. Bypass Western localizers as much as you can. At what point would this devastation to these industries be considered deliberate? This reeks of economic warfare via ideological subversion. Exactly. So you see, Square's making it easier to not spend money on their bad decisions. This is why more jobs need to be lost. Why do they have to ruin everything? So a lot of people aren't happy about this. I'm not happy about this, and I'm not even the biggest Dragon Quest fan out there. I just, when it comes to trying to shoehorn stuff in, especially when you have consulting firms like Sweet Baby Inc. and you see how vile a lot of the employees work for them, like Chris Kindred, who actually contacted a workplace, a Smash JT, somebody who's been critical about Sweet Baby Inc. It's a lot of red flags. Now when Sweet Baby Inc. is involved with a project, I automatically tune out, and I'm just like, you know what? Big red flag, not supporting it. And that's my choice. That's freedom of choice. I'm allowed to agree to disagree with people that are woke. But these people can't handle it. If you disagree with them, guys, you're not part of their echo chamber. They automatically label you as a grifter, which is code word for we don't like what this guy says. This guy's a bigot. He's racist. He's a griffin. He's profiting off of outrage. No. See, that would be different if the people that are grifters were the only ones doing it. But you see the huge majority of people that are vocal about this and are against nonsense like body type A and body type B. That should tell you something, that nobody wants this stuff forced in their games. Even if the Dragon Quest game is good when it comes out, that little part that's in there that they've had to shoehorn is a beginning of a snowfall for future games where it's going to just overpower. I mean, look at what's going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows, where they're having a revisionist history of Yusuke, and they're embellishing on his, past and trying to make him look like a hero while he's killing Asian people to rap music. These people are tone deaf. They only want what makes them happy. And if it's not that, you're a grifter. And you see, evidently, Troons are incapable of role-playing in a role-playing game. I mean, that's a banger fucking reply right there. You can see type A, type B when referring to gender. If this passes through, I'm canceling my pre-order as well. I don't give a shit how minor it is. I will not support this new garbage in my DQ3. And exactly, it's stuff that's minor, but it's going to snowball. This is stuff that they're wanting to inject. I mean, look at what might happen years from now if Sweet Baby Inc. keeps doing changes like this. NEH Winston says, my pre-order just went down the toilet. Fix this, Square Enix Japan. I won't support this type A, B nonsense. Male and female reality. If basic biology isn't important enough to get hung up on, it's not important enough to remove. You can't have it both ways, cowards. And you can see a lot of people are just not happy with this. Yikes, another game DOA. Seriously, gaming needs to go back to making games. If you get confused or hurt by male and female, you need some serious help. And yeah, and this is also part of that thing where people feel that they need to feel relatable to the characters. What a narcissistic thing. I'm beginning to think anybody that's woke and like super pro, LGBTQ and all this, they're all narcissists. Which is why it explains their behavior, why they hide behind protected tweets and blocks when they get called out on being completely unhinged, as we've seen with Kalandra, Mercante, everybody from Kotaku. They're all narcissists that need to see their ideology only represented in video games. It just can't be normal. Again, like I say, there's no such thing as anti-woke versus woke. It's woke versus normal. All right? And doing something as stupid as removing simple biology from a video game, that's retarded. That is absolutely retarded. So I'm going to leave it right there, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Subscribe if you're brand new. I'll see you in the next one.